Hey, welcome back to the Gals. Getting turned up in Florida. Welcome back to It's About Hockey. I'm Mason, and guess what, boys and girls? We're talking about Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers, who take down the Edmonton Oilers 3-0 in Game 1. Yes, it was beautiful. I'm not saying who I'm going to root for in this series, but there will be signs. Just letting you guys know. But yeah, great game. If you're a Florida Panthers fan, Edmonton Oilers, it was a great game too. I mean, you guys actually played really well, just didn't score anything. It wasn't Florida's best performance last night, but if you've been watching these playoffs, you know that this is kind of a Florida type of game. I'm going to get to that in a second, but before I do, if you're new to my channel, please consider hitting that like button. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. We're talking about this final round. We've talked about all the other rounds, but now we're here. We're talking about the dance. I am giving away a Hartford Whalers jersey when they hand the cup out. So if you want to win that thing, go click that video right up in here. All you got to do is leave me a comment and you're entered to win. Easy as that. But we're not here to do all that. So let's talk about the game, shall we? All right. Bobrovsky. Panthers shut down Oilers in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Oh, it was beautiful. It was, I think coming into this game, I didn't do a preview because honestly, my work schedule has been crazy the past couple of days. But I have been watching, like all of you who have been watching these Stanley Cup playoffs, kind of expect Florida and Edmonton, kind of to feel each other out in the first couple minutes of the game. That's kind of how I felt about going into the game. I knew that this wasn't going to be like straight out like gunslinging show right out of the gate. I think both teams, rightfully so, need to feel each other out, so kind of feel where the tempo is going to be, and that's what they did tonight. So it didn't start off super crazy for me. Entertaining. Edmonton doing the damn thing. 12 shots to 4 in the first period. Very good performance from Edmonton. It was interesting, to say the least. Yeah, interesting for Edmonton. I thought they were going to get one there. I mean, that's just kind of how the momentum felt right out of the gate. But let's talk about the rest of the facts for the game. Shots on net tonight, 32-18. Edmonton putting in that work, making Bobrovsky work for it. Face-offs tonight, 40% to almost 60% tonight in the dot. Power play, both teams 0 for 3 and 0 for 2. Penalty minutes, yada, yada, yada. Hits 57-32. Florida is a physical team. This is not a surprise to anyone who's been watching the Florida Panthers over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now. Yeah, they had to hit a little bit more tonight because the possession of the Edmonton Oilers and how many shots they were putting on tonight. So, but that's also part of their game. So it doesn't surprise me that the hits are what they were. It was a physical game. There was lots of scrums. Love those things in front of the net. That's what I like about the Florida Panthers. One thing that's going to take to beat the Florida Panthers, and I don't think the Edmonton Oilers have this aspect to their team. They have it in some players, but the team doesn't have this mantra. And I'm going to flat out say it. The Florida Panthers are a motherfucker. Edmonton Oilers, they're not. I don't see them as like the motherfucking team. Like, they're good, but you got to be a prick to play against in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You got to be a prick to play against in the final. And that's what Florida is. The team has bought into that mantra very well. So the scrums, I haven't seen it for Edmonton in any of these playoffs. I think they had like a couple here and there. I mean, I'll give them that. But Florida has that nonstop. That is in their DNA. I don't think that's going away anytime soon. So I love it. I think that's one of the reasons why, if they are to win the whole thing, it's because of that. Block shots, 21-15, or 15-21, depending on how you're viewing this. 14-10 on the giveaways and the takeaways. 11-4 last night. Like I said, great game. 3 stars of the game. No surprise there. The possessed one, Sergei Bobrovsky, first star of the night. Carter Verhaeghe and Evan Rodriguez taking the dub last night in Sunrise. what can we say about this game? Well, we can go look at some goals. Let's do it. This one is the first goal. Carter Verhaeghe, playoff stud, doing what he's been doing. Let's run through it. Barkov coming in. Lovely, like the little setup right now for the dump in, or not for the dump in, but for entering the zone. I honestly thought this was going to be a dump in at first, but we'll watch the play develop as it's going to right now. Sweet little pass right by Ceci. We're going to talk about him a little bit, but Carter Verhaeghe all alone right here in the slot. And I'm going to point this out. I'm going to let it play first. Carter Verhaeghe putting it right underneath the arm of Stuart Skinner. First shot of the game, Stuart Skinner again. Why is this a trait for him? I don't understand why. If anyone out there knows why this is a thing for Stuart Skinner, please let me know. I've been watching all his games for the most part, except for the first round, pretty much. Seems like that's a thing that doesn't go away for him. But yeah, it is what it is. What I am going to point out about this though is the horrible back check that was put on from, I believe, Zach Hyman right here. Watch Carter Verhaeghe coming in. We'll see it. Here he comes in frame right there. And I believe this is Hyman. Watch the effort here. Whoop, don't want sound. Why'd you stop skating, man? You stop skating. Watch him right here. He stopped skating like right before the blue line. Bro, keep digging. This is the freaking Stanley Cup. You got to be on your horse, especially when you got Cody Ceci back there. He's kind of an issue for you guys. So why you didn't continue skating, I don't know. You could have tied him up. You could have dove in the lane, the passing lane, try to do something. That was a horrible back check from Zach Hyman. Not the greatest. Moving on. This one. Edmonton Oilers fans. Why Chris Knoblauch put Cody Ceci and Darnell back together is beyond me. I don't know. I don't want to talk about Darnell Nurse's contract. It's not an issue for me at the moment. But why he's putting them back together when they have a track record of letting in goals, not playing defensively well. This one for sure is on both of them. We got the dump in here from not Sam Reinhart, but from Bennett. And it's going basically one-on-one, I'd say, at this point right here with Cody Ceci. I don't know why Cody Ceci's ultimately trying to take the body away. The puck is right there. Darnell Nurse didn't have a stick on the ice. He also didn't look over the right shoulder. I mean, he looked, but I don't think he saw Evan Rodriguez at all. I mean, you can't put that any better. I mean, Bennett, I don't think he intentionally put it where he did. I think he just threw it in front of the net. But I'll give him kudos for getting it there. But yeah, Ceci, I don't understand this play from him right here. Let's watch it again. Okay, he's obviously got a step on him. The puck is right there. Go for the puck. Stop taking away the body. Like, you don't need to take the body out of this situation right now. To me, this is a horrible play from Ceci and from Darnell Nurse, because we'll watch Nurse again right here. He's right here. Watch him in the slot. Watch where he looks. He looks over his left shoulder really quick. Didn't bother looking over his right shoulder. If he did, he probably would have saw Evan Rodriguez coming down the slot a little bit. At least that was peripheral. I believe this is Kane down here as well. So Kane didn't do a very good job of back checking. But yeah, you can't let that go, man. And that's two bad defensive plays by defensive pairing that's had issues these playoffs. Not great. That's just that's how this whole game went for the most part. It's little mistakes for Edmonton that cost them. Edmonton played a great game. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Like, they had their opportunities, but Sergei Bobrovsky, man, coming up big. This one was in the first period. Edmonton had two breakaways, pretty much almost back to back. This one on the power play, I don't understand how Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got so open or so loose on the blue line. Because they are on the penalty kill, and as you can see, it's a 1-1-2, but It's more like a 1-3. The blue line is pretty much stacked. Not Darnell, but Draisaitl has just passed it through the neutral zone and hit right nugent-hopkins right on the tape. Like, how does that happen? I don't get it. But then, your best defenseman has to be your goalie in these situations. And Sergei Bobrovsky is definitely playing like a man possessed. Like I said, that was the second breakaway. I don't have a highlight from the first one, but you guys who watch the game know what I'm talking about. Sergei Bobrovsky's just playing out of his mind. Dude is playing possessed. We got McDavid, the chosen one, and Sergei Bobrovsky, the possessed one. As that's how I've been viewing it right now, because he's been playing lights out. His playoffs, he's at a 2.08 goals against with a .915 save percentage. So he's playing better than he has this regular season. Not a shocker. Dude's made some acrobatic saves. He made a windmill save last night. That was dope. Took a couple off the face as well. Playing extremely well. If Florida continues to play their game, which is a game of just wear the other team down or just stay competitive during the game, Florida's going to get their chances because Bobrovsky's going to make those saves, those key time saves, and it shows. And like, if you watch the last series, the Florida Panthers and the New York Rangers played a dominant offensive game when they needed to play, but Sergei Bobrovsky held them in, and then Florida just chipped away at it, just chip, and they actually got the win. And that's how I felt about how I felt last night about this game. They keep playing this way. They need to play a little bit better defensively game. They can't let Edmonton get that many shots because eventually those things are going to go in. So yeah, I don't know. Very good game for sure. Now, Darnell Nurse, man, -15 in these playoffs. I believe the record is -16, -17. He's close. We've talked about this a little bit in the last series. The headlines have definitely taken it and run with it. Dude is not having a great playoffs. He's had spurts where he's turned it around. Can he turn around in the Cup final? I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough. I mean, I don't want to say he is or isn't, but if history has shown us anything, he is pretty consistent at letting things go. So he might have a good game next game, and then he might see a bad game following that one. So it's liability, yes. And his partner, Cody, Ceci, yeah, same deal. -7, letting in some weak ones. Not playing defensively strong, like I said, even on that Evan Rodriguez goal. Not great. But who has been having a great game is Sasha Barkov. Dude has been an animal. If we talking Conn Smythe for the Florida Panthers, me personally, I would give it to Bobrovsky, but also I see that Barkov is making a good case to get that trophy as well. Dude is just, I don't know. I feel like he's that silent killer. We don't talk enough about him, for sure. We don't, but when it's time, he makes his presence known. Very good defensive player. Very good offensive player, getting 2 assists last night with a +2. Very good game from him too. So, very overall good performance from the Florida Panthers. Not the greatest, but that's a Florida Panther game that I kind of expect. If you've watched the Florida Panthers at all in these playoffs, they're not gonna wow us right out the gate. They're gonna be a motherfucker to play against. They're gonna play a physical game, and they're gonna chip away, and they're gonna take advantage of the opportunities they got. Stuart Skinner is and has been my issue for the Edmonton Oilers. When it comes to the rough stuff in front of the nets, I fully expect Florida to continue to do what they do. If they haven't gotten in his head yet, which I'm sure they haven't, it's only game 1, but I gotta imagine the confidence isn't super high for Stuart Skinner. You got the pest on the other side of the ice, chipping away at you, chirping at you. You're playing in Florida again. Yeah, the team in front of him has been doing great. They've been getting shots and getting opportunities, but you look across the ice at who he's playing against, Sergei Bobrovsky. You got to go toe for toe. You got to go toe to toe with him, and that's a tough challenge for anybody. So yeah, I'm not gonna say who I'm picking on this series or not, but I'm just gonna say I hope for a good one because so far it's been great. I hope for 7 games of this. So yeah. All right, boys and girls, that's it for game one. Game two, we'll be back. Hopefully, we get some more scoring. I mean, from any of the players. The shutout was dope. As a fan of hockey, I can appreciate good goaltending, but if I want to be entertained a little bit more, yeah, I want to see it go back and forth. That's always fun. But I can't complain. It's the playoffs. We've made it. We're here. I'm gonna enjoy as much as we can because it's gonna be a while until we get hockey again. So let's just enjoy the dance while we got it. But Florida Panthers fans, I hope you guys are stoked because it was a good one. And let me know what you guys thought about game one in the comments. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're talking about this game and all the other games. And then I have some dope stuff planned for the summer. Not talking head stuff. You don't gotta hear me talk and pretend like I know hockey, which I do, but I can do better. I can always do better. But yeah. Follow along with me, man. I got some fun stuff planned for the summer and I got some giveaways to do as well. So you want to win that jersey, go hit that button. Go watch that video back in the beginning of the video. But yeah, let's end this thing here. Florida, you got game one. Peace out, boys. Game two, Monday night. Let's go.